My name is Eleanor Conover, and I'm a 2022 artist resident at the Sam and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. I think the paintings begin with the stretcher bars, and the stretcher bars are a kind of architecture-built structure. I'm working around these incredible pieces of wood constructed with this incredible craftsmanship that still exists today. So I think that being in these kinds of built environments definitely fuel the paintings in a really important way. This is my sketchbook where I design and make drawings for the stretchers that I build. I think about the stretchers as being really part of the painting, kind of like a sculptural element. Then the paintings continue to build when I am usually dyeing linen or canvas, and the dye kind of permeates the canvas and is like this really interesting foundation to start with rather than starting from just a white, traditionally prepared gessoed canvas. Oftentimes we're thinking about transparency of paint, but I have been thinking about how the linen could maybe allow for us to also see what's underneath. I still have maintained a practice of painting observationally, and painting at night has been sort of one way to complicate that idea of observation. I was painting outside here at night. This is when I had my skunk encounter. Everybody's okay. I feel like a lot of my work is trying to sort of throw a wrench into something and figure out, in this case, thinking about light in the nighttime, especially temperature relative to color. 2 years ago, I had the opportunity of visiting a marble quarry near Knoxville, Tennessee. I picked some stone from there and brought it back to my studio and sort of thought, what am I going to do with this? It was really helping me calibrate color and really sort of helping me think about line, especially these pieces that were sort of cut, these small little linear pieces. And so I just started gluing them into the painting as a kind of additive linear element. And I also like the way your eye kind of has to recalibrate when you're looking at two different materials at the same time. At this residency, I've had the opportunity to clarify some technical aspects of my practice. I tend to work a little impulsively, and it's been really nice here to slow down and to try some things out that I haven't previously given myself the time to try out. We live our lives in a constant state of distraction. And so finding those moments where I'm really keyed in and sensitive to these shifts in color and temperature and texture are super, super rewarding for me. I think it was a slow process of saying yes to becoming an artist. I tried a few things first, and then there was just that feeling that I couldn't shake, that was well, I'm always painting, so maybe this is the thing that I should be doing. I think I have a analytical side to myself and a research-based side to myself, but making something that didn't exist before is something that I enjoy doing quite a bit.
My name is Jacin Giordano, and I am a 2022 artist resident at the Sam and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. Since being at the Golden Foundation, I feel like my process has really expanded. Ideas that I've had rattling around in my head for a while, but here I have the freedom and all the paint I can possibly imagine to really explore multiple ideas just at once. I've been using this process where I layer acrylic paint on top of itself and create these really thick slabs of paint that I can cut into and eventually, get these really nice sort of chunks that become almost sculptural. So sometimes they're paintings, but I've also been really interested in trying to figure out how to make them more freestanding. It's not just about having a flat painting. I want something that you can kind of look around and get a different experience as you're seeing the full piece. My favorite part is for sure cutting into the paintings or cutting the paint off of a palette knife and discovering what is underneath the surface. They've kind of come together in ways that I didn't quite expect. I've been really excited about kind of letting the paint just sort of pour off the edges of a panel or of a canvas and give a little bit more of an organic edge to the work. The greatest part of being at the Golden Residency is that you can just go upstairs, comb the shelves for paint products. And one morning when I was up there, I saw a bucket that was titled Carvable Paste. So I figured, okay, well, let's give that a try. I love that search for making the acrylic do something that it was never supposed to do or it didn't do at first. A lot of my work is inspired by the natural environment. Specifically, I've been really interested in the marks of like woodpeckers make like these kind of clusters of holes. And so when I'm cutting into the paint now, I'm thinking about the kind of the compositional makeup of dead trees that I've seen that have been pockmarked all over, and using that as a way to create forms and different marks within my own paintings. Being in New Berlin, it kind of reminds me a little bit of where I live in Western Mass, but also a general feeling of people just being really nice. You're made to feel welcome anywhere around here. The other residents that I'm with are lovely. Everybody's just been incredibly encouraging and generous. It's just kind of a very comfortable environment to make work and feel like you just can get going immediately, I guess.
My name is Huang Hua-Chen, and I am a 2022 artist resident at the San and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. During our stay in this residency, all the materials and the colors, we could find this in a corner. I called it like magical corner, and it's a special corner that you can find everything you need, but you could explore the colors and the materials. For this round painting, this is painted by oil, and this is actually the way I have been working with for years. This round scale also brings me joy. This piece was made in the first week we've been here. This was the breakthrough. For my first week, I would love to share my discovery for this light molding paste. And that is really the first time I've been using this kind of product. So I worked with this color pouring medium with the high flows, and it brings a lot of beautiful, beautiful levels and the layers. The colors themselves could just travel all around on the canvas. I would consider it's like a finished work with acrylic paint, and the first one I felt like happy with it. I personally decided to only work with acrylic paint this time, but still, when I saw the Williamsburg oil paint, I still feel like I couldn't help. Using acrylic is not trying to replace the oil color, but for me, I feel like I found its personality, and it's something I'm really happy with. It's like different human beings. These landscapes are just outside of my window. I made them just on that table and just look through my window, and I am really grateful for this studio, which is actually a dreamy studio for me, and with light and a window and with view. That's so beautiful. I have been having such fresh experience in New Berlin and New York. I think they will all follow me when I go back to Taiwan. I've been making more and more landscape paintings. I feel like my eyes are opened, and I have seen a lot of different perspectives of the views, and I have seen something I haven't seen before. The landscapes. They're too beautiful to believe they're real, but this is truly the beauty of this world and of this life.